Tracy here with BibleJournalMinistries.com, and today I'm working in 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7, and I am working with our Be Yourself coloring Bible journaling kit, as well as working in the new Illustrating Bible. The Illustrating Bible is really very similar to the other Illustrating Bible, the previous version, except for the color is different, and just a few other things that are different, like the sides of the headers for each of the chapters. They're a little bit smaller, and they're not scripted, so they're not scripted. And besides that, I mean, really, there's not a huge difference between this Bible and the other Bible, but I do like this green. I think it is really pretty. Today I'll be using Copic Markers, so if you want to go ahead and journal with me, that would be awesome. I'm just using, these are just Copic markers, and actually alcohol-based markers. This one's not a Copic. This is a art shuttle, or shuttle art. I got off Amazon, and I think this is Spectrum. And then I have some various Copic markers from forever. But I'll be using those today, and I'll try to give you an idea of how I use them as well. And I will maybe be using some of this really pretty pearlescent watercolor. Maybe. I just think it's really pretty. I think I'd like to give it a shot in my Bible and see what it looks like. Maybe I'll use a smooshing technique. I've got a little block here, so why not? Let's just have some fun as we learn the Bible together, as we grow in the Word creatively. So some of you guys don't know this, but your Bible has a list of books usually at the front of it. So if you ever want to know where you're headed, like we're going to be in 1 Samuel, it's in the Old Testament. So you can look at your table of contents to find out where it is. And we are going to go to page 164, and that is where it will start. A lot of times I just flip through the Bible, but when it comes to this particular Bible, I like to go I don't like to flip through it too much, because it's a little bit heavy, and I don't want to rip like a page out of it. So I try to be pretty careful with it. And I'm going to go, so here I am in 1 Samuel, and I'm going to be in 16:7. So 1 Samuel, I don't mind flipping through a few pages, but I just don't want to flip through the whole thing. And we are in 16, verse 7. And it says, and this is where Samuel anoints David. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or his statue, because I have rejected him. Humans do not see what the Lord sees, for the human sees what is visible, but the Lord sees the heart." So you can see here in the printable, this is for the smaller Bibles. I create this printable, the first page usually is for the smaller Bibles with a 2-inch margin, so I try to keep things within 2 inches to the best of my ability. And then the second page is for those with bigger Bibles, like this one here, the Illustrating Bible. And you can see here that it does say this here, the same verse that we just talked about. "For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And so when I was creating this printable, I just kind of think about, God sees what's on the inside, so don't try to be something that you're not. Just be yourself. And so that's why I created it the way I created it. So one of the neat things about this Bible is that you can fold it on itself. So you can just simply work on one side. You don't have to have it all spread out, is what I'm trying to say. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with putting some watercolor in the Bible. That way it has plenty of time to dry before I actually do the coloring. And that way the Bible will be dry before we get to the coloring part. So I'm just going to grab this pearlescent, beautiful pearlescent watercolor set. I just picked this up at the Hobby Lobby, and it was pretty inexpensive. So I don't remember what it cost, but I think they had it for 50% off or something. So not too bad. And I'm liking this kind of bronze as well as this kind of gold. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water to get those colors moving. And I'm just going to take my block here and get a little bit of this watercolor on the block. I just paint it on the block. Just there and there. And I just take my block and I just kind of put it on my Bible and just move it around a little bit. just to get that paint moving and flowing. And I have a different colored gold that I think is pretty too. So I'm just going to add that right on top of the one I just did. And you don't have to swirl it, you can swipe it if you want to, however you want to. You can just literally press it up and down, and that's fine too. I just think it's really pretty. So I just have a little bit more to go. And again, I'm just smushing it really with my block. So I get something that I like. It's not, there's no formula. You just smush it until you like it. And if you don't like it, then you just keep messing around until you do. I just think it's pretty. Create something a little different than what I would normally create. You can see here, just kind of show you that shimmer. It's got a really pretty shimmer to it. I think I will bring it all the way down. I actually wasn't planning on bringing it all the way down, but now that I see it, I would like to add it all the way down. Smush, 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 smush. I think that is really pretty. So I'm going to let that sit aside for a bit. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to color my bees. My bees. I really like this one here. Now, I could actually color this with the same watercolors that I've been using. I'm just not going to because I promised the alcohol-based markers today, and so I'm going to go ahead and grab those. So when you have alcohol-based markers, you want to get colors that are similar but shades that are different. So like I'm going to pull up my yellow shades right now. So I have lemon yellow, deep yellow, I have the Spectrum Noir one that's GB5 and C4 or CT4. So what you want to do, let me just start off, I'll start off with the Art Shuttle one so you can see, is you just want to color some of your design. And I'm not really too careful about coloring in the lines because I usually will just blend the alcohol markers blend real nicely together, so I don't worry too much. And because I printed this on sticker paper, well, that's really orange. First when I put this down, I wasn't happy about it, but now that I have it down, I kind of like it. I like how it's a little bit different. But when you're working with alcohol-based markers, it's so funny. I mean, literally, they don't look that much different, but they sure are, aren't they? Anywho, let me grab this one. Maybe let's see what this one looks like. When you're working with alcohol-based markers, you can blend your colors pretty well together. That's kind of like the point of them, is that they blend really well together. And the way you do that is you just keep playing with it, and you want to go light to dark. But I want to make sure I put something underneath this table because I'm going to be pushing down that color, and I do not want it to go on my work surface. So really, you can just build up layers of color. And what I like to do is I like to come in with a darker color. I like to start off with lights. Whoa, what is going on with that one? Now that's the first time I've ever seen that before. It's like part of the cat, like, I don't know, something like this. I don't know if that's going to be any good. It's okay. Gross. Alright, moving on. That's what happens sometimes when you don't store them properly. I tend to store these ones a little, I tend to store these standing up, and I think that they would be better sideways. But what I like to do is I come in with just a different color And I just go around some of the hexagons to give it a little shading first. You can see that I do that here. And then I'll come in just a minute and push that color down even more. You can also take a blender pen. Let's see if I have one here. Here's a blender pen, as long as it's not all grody. And you can use that to blend the colors in together. You can start to see the colors start to blend together. And I don't have any problems with my printer ink coming up at all. So for those of you who are wondering, that's pretty. I'm just blending the colors together with this blender pen. But you know, if you don't have a blender pen, you don't need one. Just take a lighter color, like this one here that I have. This is called pale yellow. And if you put the pale yellow on top of the kind of orangey yellow, you can start to push back that color. Isn't that pretty? So that's what is so nice about the alcohol-based markers, is they blend in really well together. And you can just layer them. And again, you want to go with light. Start with light. I always start with light, and then I build my color up. And then I'll put another light color on top of it as a blend, as when I'm blending it. That's just what I do. And I think when you do that, it creates a really nice dimension. I think it looks really pretty too. So I had this pale yellow at the bottom, but now I'm coming in with that kind of orangey color to kind of give it a little more pop. That was the deep yellow that came out orange, that I was like surprised that it came out orange. And now I'm coming in with the pale yellow and just blending that out. And this is just regular copy paper. It's not marker paper, so you get better results with marker paper. At least what I've seen. I used to buy, when I did a lot of coloring with my alcohol-based markers, I used to buy specific packs of paper. And yeah, I would use that specific pack of paper for my blending. And I would just layer and layer and layer until I was happy with my result. This is the perfect way to use alcohol-based markers in your Bible, because we know that they don't go well in your Bible. So using them this way works fine. So now that I have a really pretty backdrop, you can see that some of the marker has bled through that sticker paper. That's just what it is to be an alcohol marker. It likes to just bleed right through. And now I'm just going to come in here. I think I'm going to put it right here at the beginning, the top. And now I could come in with this one as well, but I'm going to leave that for another journaling entry. And now I want to come in here with the words "Be Yourself." Now this one is not colored. So this one's black. It comes in black, but this one is not colored. So I want to take the same colors that I used and just do a quick little outline. I'm going to go with the deep yellow, which to me looks orange, in the Art Shuttle brand. And the good thing about having these printed out on stickers is it doesn't really matter if I go outside the lines. because if I go outside the lines, I'm just going to pull it up anyways. Alright, now to color the bee. The bee. I think he's a yellow bee. And he'll have a yellow head. And let me just show you what I mean when I say it doesn't matter if you go outside the line. So I can come out here and color, but because he's a sticker, I'm not going to have any problems pulling. It's not going to look like all awful. And now I need to do my little yellow spots here. And the yellow spot here, and then I need to get my black. Let's see. This one's Spectrum. Let's see if that one's awful. No, that one's fine. I have never seen that happen before with my markers. Have you ever had that happen where you had goober on the end of it? I have had something like that happen with my gel highlighters, but not with an alcohol-based marker. I wonder why that happened. Again, it's probably because I stored it up right. And alright, so this one, I'm thinking the little bee, you can see that because I have, again, it's on a sticker, I could color outside the lines and it's not a problem. So I like him kind of over here, and the words bee next to him. And again, as we're thinking about the verse again, the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So be yourself. I actually think I'm going to start with be yourself, because it is a longer word. I'm going to put it starting right here. Be yourself. So cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, so there are just a few more I want to do. I like these little hexa things. So I want to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to go ahead and start with my light color. I'm going to start with the pale yellow this time. And I'm actually going to just scribble on the whole thing. So fast and easy. And then I will come in with my lemon yellow and mark the center circle, and then just kind of go around some of them. I like the idea of having some be a little different. And I'm going to come in again with that deep yellow that looks like orange, and do a little bit of outlining. And maybe I'll do that one in the center too, that little deep orange. And I'll come over here and do some outlining. So funny how when we think about our verse for today, how the world, you know, says that certain things are what people should look like, right? Or you should wear your hair this way, or you should do your clothes this way. But it doesn't really matter, because the Lord sees what's on the heart. color those in. I like those colored in. It's like little daisies, but they're not. Sometimes I do that when I'm coloring, is I'll go one way and then I'll go, nah, I really want to do this, and I'll just change my mind. That's cool. These I can pick up again and just kind of decide where I want them to go. Maybe that one goes here, and this one goes at the bottom. So cool. And let's see if I can find my Posca pen. This is just an acrylic pen that I like to use. It's a little bit frayed at the end, so it might create a little more of a drag than I want. There we go. There. And then I usually just come in with a, just a few little doodles, because I think it's the doodles that kind of make it a little unique. So I'll just come in with a little bit of dots, a few little crosses. You'll see a lot of these crosses in my work. This Posca pen is getting a little dry, so I'll probably have to buy another one soon. I use it all the time in my Bible journaling. And maybe some up here. And then maybe I'll come over here and just underline the verse. And again, 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or his stature, because I have rejected him. Humans do not see what the Lord sees, for the humans see what is visible, but the Lord sees the heart. And I think I'm good. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put some lines down here and write a little prayer, but I think today I'm pretty good with what it looks like. So I'm going to zoom in so you can get a close-up of this one. Be yourself, because the Lord sees your heart. All right. If you have any questions about this printable or this verse or this Bible that I'm using, please put it in the comments. I would love to answer them for you. And I hope that this inspired you to open up your Bible today and grow in the Word creatively. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.